The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised. Why would stuffed animals be coming to life? Stuffed animals? What? Oh. Well, hello. It's been a while since you talked to your boy, Twitch. Come to find out what some of my brethren are doing in Chicago? Well, I believe you're going to have to wait another week to find all those details. But what I can tell you is, after the Big Elysium, where a pending war was announced, it seems the local anarchs gathered to discuss exactly what this event means, its effect upon them. I also heard a rumor that Jackie and Eleanor, Destiny, had a bit of a girl talk night, you might say. And finally, it seems there's some trouble again in the south side with some of the gangs. And our friends, Lamar, is running into problems with what he thought would be an easy kind of a job. I wonder how this is going to play out. I guess we'll be finding out, won't we? It's your boy, Twitch. See me next week, won't you? And a bear wearing a bulletproof vest, which doesn't make sense. It's not right. It's not right. Good evening, and welcome to Windy City Intermissions. I am, of course, Shanky McStabber. Tonight, we're doing a series of intermission scenes that occur shortly after the events of the end of Season 1. This is to fill in some of the follow-ups and the closing story threads from the end of Season 1 leading into Season 2. I hope you enjoy. Good evening, and for this intermission, I will be playing Bobby the Hurricane Weatherbottom.
Hello, I'm Stuart Davis, and I'll be playing Joseph Kerr.
And I'm Caleb. I'll be playing Duncan McTavish.
And for this scene, this occurs shortly after the meeting, probably within 24 hours of the events at Elysium. And the anarchs are meeting in the foundations of a building on the southeast side of town in what the anarchs have called their domain. The building has signs and fencing up saying it's a toxic waste dump. Of course, it's not, but that's where you will find these three particular kindred to discuss things. And the scene begins with all three of them having just arrived, sitting around the table. So, Good to see you, Duncan.
Yeah, Bobby.
Do you know what happened?
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of shit has started. Remember Sylvia?
Yeah. I've heard rumors.
Yeah, she's held captive now by your prince. And to top it off, someone killed her brother, skinned his ass, and left his pelt on your prince's door.
Yeah, I was at the talking with the prince when he was notified of the skin. And
Yeah, I caught the last half of that. I got a call from Genghis. He was a little panicked, said he needed backup, told me where it was. So I just climbed that building right there, peered down with my rifle. Genghis filled me in what happened in the beginning, but I caught the last part. There's a goddamn war gonna start here.
Another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You up to speed, Joseph?
Yeah, Genghis told me. I caught the end of it, really, but I'm just confused because there's not many people I could think of who could, well, skin a werewolf for a start.
I'm hearing rumors they're trying to pin it on us.
I don't think any of us could do it. Well, I don't know if any of us who could.
No comment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? I've heard you say, Duncan, anyone can be taken down if you can prepare enough. I mean,
Exactly.
but
You know where to
I'm
hit
hearing
'em?
rumors we're going to get the blame for this. Well, you all, they don't know I'm here, as always.
Yeah.
But
Ooh, so what are our options?
I don't even know.
I'll
Look,
tell
I'm
you
not
one thing.
the option type. I'm not the planner
Yeah.
here. I'm the technical support. I'm the back end for you.
I'm guessing we don't know where Sylvia is at the moment.
No, and
I've-
I'm trying to find out.
I've had a few extra eyes looking out to try and see where they might be holding. I haven't heard back yet, but it's only a matter of time.
I'd imagine either Damien or Alexa has her.
Hopefully it's Damien. More chance of not being ashed.
If Alexa has her, we probably won't find her anymore.
Yeah, she's made it well known what her opinion is, especially to people like Sylvia.
That crazy bitch, she's looks for a reason to kill. So planning's not my thing, but I mean, I've got your back. You know, Duncan, I've always, you got me, but I don't know
Well, I
what we
haven't
can
killed
do.
you yet.
You say that. I
You
hope
say
it's a
it.
joke. But I don't know what we can do on this because we can't go up against Kevin.
Not directly, no. My first thing, I'm going to start restocking and spreading it out to some of the anarchs. Because regardless, we're going to get blamed for something regardless of how this goes down. And I'll be
Yeah.
damned if we lose half of our forces again.
If war's coming, we may as well be ready anyhow.
Any of you know about this coterie that set up, was given domain on the just below Wicker Park rack?
I've not been there yet.
Supposedly, Sylvia had gone to a meeting with them a few days before.
Really?
Yeah, they come in asking questions, looking for someone of the First Peoples, the Native Americans. Talked to Mal Davis, and Mal Davis had Sylvia contact them just a few days before. Now, I don't know much about this group. Kevin's been real squirrely about his plans with this particular group, but we might want to try to get to know them, see if they might have had something to do with it.
Do you think Kevin might have got them to find Sylvia?
No, he knew where to find her. Everyone knows she works Chicago
It's
Tribune.
true. He's probably
could've
much
got her
more
at any
connected
point.
than you.
But I'm hoping they didn't have. I don't know anything about them. I'm hoping they didn't set her up. But the only lead we have is she was there meeting them a few days prior. We don't even know what the hell. Mal Davis didn't get any info what they were looking for. Now, I like Mal Davis, but she's always flown by the seat of her pants.
Yeah.
Has
that's
this
one way to put it.
Coterie, just wondering, has this Coterie got somewhere they like to hang out at? A club or something along those lines?
They got a steakhouse that used to own by Sovereign, of all fucking people. What it cost, what Kevin had to do to make Sovereign give them a steakhouse, I don't know. But they're also building some new club right there in their domain. It looks like a damn church. It's getting built, from what I understand. The permits were filed, and my job is the computer guy. I make sure I know these permits when they come through. Once it's built, it might be a good place to introduce and define things.
This coterie sounds very interesting because Sylvia meets with them and she gets captured a day after, and now we just find out they have Sovereign's old territory.
Kevin don't give people domains.
The fuck is going on with this new coterie?
What do we know about the Coterie? Who's in it?
It's a venture. She's been in the city a while, Jackie Duran. She runs a cabaret. There's 2 Tremiers. One of them I've seen a bit of, Jonathan. He's seen quite a bit around town. Old money, real old money. Roscoe, he's a Tremere, but he's kind of not like the others. He keeps to himself more than anything else. They got a Malkavian. If you believe the rumors, a Toreador who was raised by a Nosferatu.
Ratty Rose.
Yeah, you got me on that one. That's a new one. And of all fucking things, a Sabat.
Raised by the sewer rats.
Yeah.
That is a first for me.
And we've got an ex-Sabat La Sombra, one of the delegations, Lamar from the delegations. Seems real buddy-buddy with Sierra Viambur, the one who's the head of it.
One of them is part of this coterie.
Yeah. Damn Shadow Walker.
There are always problems.
This coterie is getting more interesting each detail I hear.
It'd be fun to find out more.
Yeah, we might want to. I can dig what I can, but they don't tell me that much because, I was Loden's. Kevin's not really big on trusting me.
Well, I can try and have some people check it out, have a look at them, and if I feel up to it, I'll pay them a visit. Just a social one. I'm good at that sort of thing.
And I've heard another odd rumor that you'd be interested in, Duncan. It seems Tyrus has been seen, and some of the other members of the Wolfpack has been seen meeting with their Ventru.
Huh. Really?
Mm-hmm.
The Coterie's Ventru.
Yeah.
Starting not to like this coterie. But it seems they may have some info we need.
Yeah. But
they're meeting with the Wolfpack.
Yeah. Tyrus was spotted in the same area that, she's been known to hang, but I got definite confirmation that Dread and Nitro were seen in their domain hanging out. And the Wolfpack don't come into the city without reason. They don't hang out in the city. They come down here and bust your chops and they run around, outside, but they don't go into the city without reason because rumor has it them and Jackson had a falling out again.
They've tried to bust my chops. It didn't end so well for them.
Yeah, I know. You put a bullet in Tyrus last time we did it just for fun.
Yep. No problem doing it again if need be.
He probably remembers that.
Oh, I'm sure he does. But it still goes back to what in the hell are we going to do? Because we can't go up against him. We got a war coming. I mean, the last time we had this war, Loden was taken out, and think it's a power play by somebody to take down Jackson?
Could be. It's...
Well, what do we know about these lupines?
Same as we always known. We don't know if they've recovered from the last war. I know we haven't really. I mean, we've recovered some, but we lost a lot of good people. They've been keeping their nose down, haven't been causing problems, and skinning one's gonna...
Skinning one and leaving it on the prince's doorstep.
That makes it look as if...
one of us did it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's a setup.
Yeah. Because I don't know the what message is being sent by nailing it to the prince's doors. One of his fucking bars.
Someone wants a war. But
nobody's that crazy. Unless they're going for power. They're doing a power play.
Unless it's someone we don't know about.
It's a way to knock out some of the important people here.
It'd be sort of thing Sabat would do if they were still about to.
Other than the delegation, we ain't seen shit from them. I mean...
No, I've been sticking to the outskirts of the city. I haven't seen any of them.
Yeah. So, ever since Neely squealed on him and told us where all the hideouts were, Damien and Alexa took care of that problem. We ain't seen shit of them. I mean, and the two delegation people, let's just say there's no way in hell they were involved in it, because I know Jackson's got eyes on them. He's got me tracking their online activities. Though you tell me why I should track fucking La Sombra online activities. They're not exactly the online type.
Well, you never know.
There's a lot of stuff we don't know, and we need to find out more.
Yeah. I'm gonna start getting weapons. I think regardless of what happens, we're gonna need them. And two, not sure how good of an idea this. I will stick around the outskirts, maybe hit the Goblin roads. If I can find anything about these lupines. But we need to get Sylvia back too.
It is that.
If we can find her, if she can. From what I wasn't able to make that meeting, but from what I've heard, Kevin was rather pissed. And can we get Sylvia back? I mean, is there going to be anything left to get back? You know, you don't embrace Lupine's families. That's not done. There's a reason it's not done. And from what I understand, she was embraced without permission.
And we don't know who did it.
Well, I'm sure Jackson knows now. Probably got one of his pet Tremere to find that out for him.
So we could, I'm just trying to work this out. We could try and get Sylvia back through some sort of negotiation, or we could take her back. But it's either way, it's going to be messy.
And if we try to take her back now with a war looming, we may end up on our own. Yeah. And I know none of us here agree with Jackson in the way his shit goes down, because otherwise, I wouldn't be here. But can we handle being alone when the lupines start? Because there's not that many of us. We lost a lot of people.
I think this new coterie that I've heard so much about, I think they're a key to this. Let's just say they got their hands in too many things here. So.
I think they're going to be fun.
You would. I mean, I've done digging on them. I've figured out. I was trying to figure out why they were given domain, but there's no. Nothing that I've seen special. They don't hold anything that I can tell over Jackson. They don't have any financial interest that even matches Jackson's.
They sound like, well, I suppose a strange bunch.
An old world Ventru, a Malkavian, 2 Tremere, and you know Jackson and Tremere don't get along anyway. He don't normally like them that much anymore. And he puts a fucking Lasombra and a Nosferatu who raised a Toreador, and they stick the Toreador in that. That sounds like Annabelle to me.
Yes, she does strange things like that. Little games.
But they're involved somehow.
They know something. They've got to.
Exactly.
I mean, it's the only lead we have. They're the last ones that I know kindred-wise that spoke with Sylvia.
We need to find out what they know and take it from there.
They know about Sylvia. Sounds like they know the wolf pack. Sovereign somehow gave up stuff. Gave up a building for them.
And they got a domain.
Yeah. They're involved somehow. Directly, indirectly, I don't know.
And they got a domain right next to the rack. So that's good real estate for hunting and feeding. It's
I've got an idea.
What you
I
got?
have a few ideas. Oh. I'm not going to say just yet, but I'm going to check them out and see what's going on there.
Yeah, I mean, there's something that group is different. And, you know, the city doesn't normally do well with different. So
I'm different.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. They're
Yes.
breaking the social order in ways that normally aren't done. And you're right, meeting with the wolf pack who don't like Jackson. Who, my rumor is they had a falling out. Jackson wasn't happy with him, and Tyrus told him to pound sand. And if he didn't like it, take it up with a Justicar. And you know Kevin don't like that. And Tyrus would have a reason not to like Jackson. Tyrus, you know, the Wolfpack hunts the lupine routinely up until the peace was signed and we stopped fighting. Would he be one to nail a hide to show Jackson that, you know, he needs him still and can't play games?
Could be.
He started hunting us after.
He likes his hunting. And if there's somebody around here that could probably take a lupine, Duncan, I'm sure you can, but to take one and skin it like that, I'd put Tyrus able to pull it off.
I don't know a great deal about the lupines. I've generally avoided them. It's the best thing, really. But I was under the impression that if a werewolf's killed, does it go back to its human form?
Some did. I know during the war, there was a lot of dead naked humans. But
I was just wondering, because that would mean whoever skinned this werewolf may have skinned it whilst it was still alive. And who the hell could restrain one to skin it alive?
Much as I don't like them, Wolfpack could pull that off.
They got the numbers. I've done my own digging. Everyone thinks it's, there's only 3 main ones that are R-tined, but I'm not so sure. Tyrus is an old dog with a lot of tricks. I don't think anyone really knows the size of the real wolf pack or where his reach goes. And I think I could see him doing it. I mean, he's not the type to sit on a grudge.
And he's fought them before.
We need to find this new coterie. We need to pump whatever we can out of them. How the fuck are they involved with this?
We'll find out.
This club, their idea, I think that's a perfect chance to, it's funny. The Succubus Club, while being famous as it is, it's a little high profile at times, but a new club run by a kindred, that might be the new place to do the back end channels.
Yeah. The problem with the Succubus Club, there's too many sets of ears and eyes there. There always has been. But
and I don't know if you can get into Blue Velvet, but I can't get into Blue Velvet. Bronwyn ain't invited me to that shit yet. Red number 5, we all know that's for out-of-towners.
I haven't been to any of them.
I don't blame you on that. I don't know if you're the type to go visit the club, but I'm sure you could poke around their domain pretty. I mean, let's be frank, not many in the city even know who you are.
I could poke around, but I prefer not to enter buildings and be in enclosed space if need be.
I could do that bit. But on the other hand, if you need some sort of extra cover, Duncan, just let me know. There'll be something there.
Yes, I've seen what you can do. It's very handy.
It's fun.
So we're gonna plan is right now. I'll try to find if I can where Sylvia is. I'll dig and see. I know Damien's not gonna tell me. Alexa's not gonna tell me, but I might be able to get one of the other baby course people to talk. A conversational like, because if Damien has them, the baby course knows.
You think it's worth myself approaching one of them?
I don't know if you know them well enough. I mean, they might not talk to you, but
purely social. Perhaps somewhere they're playing.
They play Succubus Club every Thursday, but yeah, see?
I don't like going there.
But
it always makes me nervous.
I've heard a rumor. Kathy from Baby Chorus, she goes to this coteries domain and hangs out in a jazz bar. She's seen there quite a bit. Again, it loops back to this coterie again.
I was just thinking that, yeah.
Once again, this coterie.
I mean, I don't plan to interrogate her, but I could just...
I wouldn't.
Be nice and chatty and see how things lie.
Have you ever seen that man, if you call him a man, she spends her time with Nero?
Which is why it's just going to be a nice social chat. I live dangerously, but I'm not stupid.
I've met Nosferatu that give me less of the willies than that.
I know.
How old is he?
200-300 years, maybe. But there's stories behind that. He's not. Let's just say him and his beast are best friends.
He does seem different.
Yeah. He should have stayed asleep, or someone should have staked him and made sure he never woke up.
Sounds like an interesting person.
I think it's someone to be careful around.
Yeah, even Jackson warns people, and I've heard Damien warn more than one, just stay away from him and let him do his thing and everyone will be happy.
Sounds a good idea.
And you know Damien's not the type to back down from anything, because damn Bruja with no sense. I don't even know why Jackson tolerates his ass.
Seems to have some sense, though.
Yeah.
Speaking of Bruja, Genghis, he loves to talk to people and meet new people. And send him to this coterie.
It comes back to them again, because I caught Annabelle bitching the other night when she was talking with Kevin Jackson about how Genghis showed up at Luke's art gallery and embarrassed her in front of this coterie because she was quite upset that he interrupted her conversation with that Torador sewer rat.
That sounds like Genghis.
He does. He loves to fuck with Annabelle, but again, their names come up.
They're part of something. Or everything.
It's an oddity for sure, and I mean, I've done my parts with the hacking parts, but social isn't my thing. I'm the tech guy.
I'll have a chat with Genghis. He likes talking to people. Half the people hate him, half the people seem to like him. It's good enough.
Most of the ones who don't like him still respect his abilities. Hell, he's lasted through Jackson. He lasted through Peterson. He lasted through fucking Loden.
He's a survivor.
Yeah, that's a long time to be an anarch around here.
Definitely. So,
This coterie is... We need to talk to them, find out about them. Their name keeps getting dropped, and their hands are sliding even deeper into every problem we have.
Yeah, they were down. I mean, they met Mal Davis in our turf. They actually came down to Anarchville.
Once again.
so what are we thinking of doing about the werewolf problem?
I'm gonna do some investigating into that. They're out here somewhere. I'm not far from them. I will.
You think
see
Rosa
what I
will
can-
speak to you? I don't know if you two talk at all, but
Wait, who is that? I didn't hear the name.
Rosa. That's the
Rosa.
gangrel primogen that has the hate boner for Lupine.
No idea if Duncan talks to her.
Don't know either if she would, honestly, because she is Camarilla primogen. And
Well, once again, Genghis likes to talk to people. He's my PR person, let's put it that way.
yeah, he's useful for that for sure. If I see him, next time I see him, because he loves coming up in the city and starting shit, I'll send him your way if you haven't gotten hold of him already. But I'm sure you
That'd be
can
nice.
find him probably faster than I can.
I'll have a chat with Genghis, and I'll start restocking, and I'll start scouting the woods around.
Just letting you know, I'm going to have to go back to city and do my thing, but you know where, I mean, Duncan, you know where my lordies lie, man. I'm with you. I got you. You too, Joseph. I got you. But
I didn't kill you tonight.
I'll put a pair of eyes on the coterie and see what I can find out, just to watch them, see where they go, who they speak to, see if there's anything strange about it, and take it from
not
there.
strange. But
Sounds it.
I'll do some more digging, see if I can see anything in their finances or anything that, I mean, if they're up to no good, they'd be having to get money from somewhere, wouldn't they? Though I told you that Jonathan's old world shit.
It must have some link to Sovereign.
Something to Sovereign give it up. I mean, that penny pinching asshole, he don't give up territory for nothing in a building.
And it seems well placed as well. But there is a strange mix of people.
Yeah.
I just never thought they'd end up putting a La Sombra and a Vontru together.
I didn't
that's-
either.
I'm interested about this Toreador raised by the sewer rats.
That doesn't even... Rumor has she was in New York during the war with Sabat.
Really?
Survived it.
Interesting.
Strange question for you. How... Oh, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of a way to word this. Does she behave like a Toreador, or does she behave like a Nosferatu?
Haven't seen her enough, but I'd imagine she was raised by a Nos. She's got to be acting like one. I mean, come on.
It's just doesn't make sense because, well, it really doesn't.
No, I know. Those are two clans that...
Sugar and salt?
Yeah, they don't... She's, Martin is the one they say. I don't know if you know Martin. He's, you see him over in Little Poland a lot. He's got a lot of interest there. Everyone seems to like him. Everyone seems to owe him favors. He's a real helpful sort.
I'm in touch with one of the Nosferatu, but a more connected sort of Nosferatu. Information.
Yeah,
as and when needed.
He's, as far as I could tell, he's just keeps a low profile, and everyone knows if you need something, you can go to him. He'll help you.
That's why I speak to him now and again, just in case.
That's why they all owe him money, and or owe him favors. But he supposedly raised her, which, I mean, I can understand it. He seems like the type that would nice enough to do it. But still, a Toreador and a Nos? That'd be like a Ventru and a Bruja being buddies after what happened with Hardestat. I mean, come on.
That's true.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. This coterie, you're definitely onto something here that everything seems to point at them. They got their hands in a lot of stuff, and all this situation is somehow involving them. So I'll do my digging. You'll do your digging. And Duncan, you're going to prepare, I guess, for war.
It's not looking great.
No, it's not. But I just want to know why we're being set up. Well, you're being set up. I mean, I'm safe, but
I want to know who's doing it.
That too.
Sounds like this coterie knows something.
They gotta know something somewhere.
It all comes back to them.
Mm-hmm. It does.
Everything that we have discussed, they have been involved with or have been there at some point.
Or have a secondary link to it, or, everything. So
the starting point.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna get out of here before anyone important knows I've left the city. I just figured I needed to come here and we need to talk this one in person. This isn't going to be even one of our drop boxes or secured areas. This would have to be an in-person talk because, yeah.
This was a very useful meeting. I found this coterie seems to be, didn't even know they existed. And they seem to fit every puzzle. They seem to be the puzzle piece for every puzzle I was having.
Yep. Well, I'll let you know if I find out anything else on him.
Thank you, Bobby.
Yep. Bobby gets up and leaves you two without him. And if you'd like to have any discussions between each other, you can have it now, or otherwise we can end the scene.
Jay?
Mm-hmm. What do you think?
I do have a lot to think about. I didn't even know about this coterie.
Me neither. To be fair, I've tried to stay out of their territories, the Camis anyway.
It's probably for the best. But I feel it too. There is something's coming.
Chaos.
And regardless of what we do, we are going to be the scapegoat.
We'll see about that.
Yep. So, like Bobby said, I'll prepare for this war. If it comes to it, you will have a fighting chance.
Yeah. Looks like something interesting's going on.
That's one way to put it.
There's loads of ways to put it.
And as you two discuss into the night, this is where we'll end this particular intermission. And I think in this particular scene, we've established that the coterie is of prime interest. And thank you for playing, and we'll see you hopefully soon.
Take care.
For this intermission,
I'm Relyn Dare, and I am playing Jacqueline Durand of Clan Venture.
And I'm Lady Merowith, playing Eleanor Thurston, Clan Malkavian.
and the events for the following scene are actually occurring same night as the grand event where the Lupine War was announced. The coterie would have, of course, returned to the steakhouse and most of them gone their separate ways, but as always, Jackie and Eleanor end up wanting to have a talk on the way to take Jackie back, or Eleanor back to her haven. And this is where the scene's going to pull up. Ma'am, do you want me to take you straight to Eleanor's haven, or you need me to drive around, ma'am?
Well, Eleanor, do you want to have the conversation at your haven, or do you want him to drive around?
Maybe we could drive around a little bit?
Sure.
Just a little
Go ahead and drive us
movement
around.
seems good.
Yes, ma'am, I'll take the long way. And he closes the divider partition between the passengers and himself. And I turn the scene to the players.
You wanted to tell me something, Eleanor. I could tell.
Something's very wrong with Destiny. She lied.
About?
About something about her sire. She said something to the effect of, "My sire's back. Of course it's a good surprise." Something. And it just was wrong.
Hmm.
And it was all rather strange anyway. But I can't, it's kicking around in my mind. I can't stop thinking about it. It just was wrong. It rang, it had a, do you know when you hear a sour note?
Yes.
It's like that.
Okay.
I'm just not sure what it means, but
So either it wasn't a good surprise, or, well, I don't have to beg to even mention the other that could be the lie.
yes. If either way, she might be in
Danger.
real trouble.
Indeed. That girl is so stubborn.
She is a little bit. A bit.
I have offered her my protection. But I can't protect her if she doesn't tell me what haunts her.
No. Should we ask her about it?
I think we should. And I think this time I will validate her words.
Oh?
Indeed.
Would
Indeed.
you like me to be there with you?
Absolutely.
I'll help as I can. I don't have as
Two
much a
sets
good
of
way with
eyes and
words.
ears are always better than one.
It's true.
I have some concerns about you, though.
Oh. What kinds of concerns?
Have you... Well, I know you have. I can see it in your expressions sometimes. These new visions you're getting,
Yes.
they're bad, aren't they?
They are very bad.
Are they hurting you?
A little. They're physically painful, which is not something I've had happen before. And that first one, I've never had a nosebleed like that.
Yeah.
Not from a vision.
That shocked me.
It was a bit of a surprise. But they are a bit like a pick.
It's almost as if something or someone's forcing you to have them. At least that's how it sounds.
But why? What purpose would that serve?
Oh, let's be realistic. Eleanor, you're the best damn seer this city has.
It's true.
And I don't begin to understand the full extent of what your clan does or their reach. But
I don't even think any of us understand that.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's true. But I will say that because I lack information to know for sure, I mean, there's no telling why. But it's not something you're willing on yourself.
No.
You're not seeking these. They're coming upon you. And you've had others come upon you, but not like this.
Not like this, no. No, before...
It seems forceful. Yeah?
Yes. It is like something beyond wanting me to see something, and not a nebulous beyond, a specific beyond.
I want you to consider something.
Yes.
You don't have to make a decision now. Think on it.
Of course.
I may be able to help protect you.
Don't you already?
Of course, darling, of course. But I could teach you how to better fortify your mind.
Oh.
Consider it.
Oh. I will. That could be a very useful skill.
Indeed.
And of course, if anything else happens or I see anything else, I will tell you.
Please do. Please do. And if you do consider to take me up on that, I mean, it may help. And if it doesn't, then we'll take that step when it comes.
Adapt, and evolve.
Exactly. Exactly.
Thank you, Jackie.
I reach my hand to yours and take it. Give it a gentle squeeze. Of course, Eleanor.
I return the squeeze.
Shall you reach out to Destiny, or shall I?
Well, do you suppose she would react better if I reach out to her? Sometimes
Most
she seems
certainly.
a little...
Most certainly.
Then I will reach out to her.
Okay. And I knock on the window to let him know we're ready to head.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'll take Miss Eleanor to her place. And Eleanor, when you arrive and are dropped off and you return to your haven and enter, you find something has been changed in your haven. It's an old weather-beaten doll. You don't recognize it, but it's not one that's one of yours. It has been left on a table in the center of your haven with a note pinned to it. See you soon.
Oh, sorry.
It says, see you soon.
Oh. I pick up the doll and I hug it close.
And while it doesn't speak, there's a scent you recognize on it. A very familiar scent. Your sire has been here.
That's good.
And back in the car. Ma'am, do you need me to take you home to your cabaret, or what is your plans for tonight?
I have things I need to think over. Take me home.
Yes, ma'am. And as this scene ends, you have Jackie returning to her haven, Eleanor, finding out there's a visitor in town that, while they haven't seen her yet, they are around. And this is where we end this particular scene. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
For this intermission,
I'm Mandy, and I play Destiny Star Jones.
and again, this particular scene is the same night of the Elysium event where the pending lupine war was announced. And in this particular case, Destiny had somewhere she needed to go. The Basilica of St. Hysnith, which is well on the outskirts of town, but it's a place she knows well. And when she arrives, she, of course, goes inside the main chapel, where even at this hour, there are a few people in the pews, but she knows where to go and where to walk in. And when she enters the catacombs that lie beneath it doesn't take her long before she starts to see statues of cats. And the closer she gets to his actual lair, you start finding more and more statues. Till at some point, an actual cat starts walking beside her and follows her as she reaches a door that once open, she can hear classical music playing. As always, you're not quite sure what it is because Martin prefers old Polish songs. And while Mandy knows Destiny knows a lot of things, she does not speak Polish. And he's added quite a number of new statues since you've last been down here. And he's added a number of more cats.
I knock on a statue that's relatively close to him as if it was a door, just to announce my presence.
And he steps out of a side room. How you doing, kid? Destiny? It's hard not to call you kid still, but...
I know. Have you heard anything tonight?
I heard there was some sort of gathering, but I declined to attend.
That might look a little fishy.
Well, I have that option. I live way out here. And let's just say nobody came and told me officially. Cedric passed a word to me, but, he can always say he didn't pass it, and I didn't receive it. Why? What happened?
There's probably going to be another war. And by probably, I mean definitely, and it's with the lupine.
Can we ever get away from wars?
Is that a rhetorical question, or do you want me to actually answer?
Either one. Okay. whose brainchild plan was to start this war? Do we know yet?
I don't think so.
Puts me in a bad position out here. I'm not in the fold with all the others, so I'm an easier target. I may have to fall back to another location. I have a place closer in town I can use. You know, Polish Village, as they call it. I've got places in there.
Okay. You're always welcome if you need a place to hole up. My haven has grown a little bit, so.
Well, I appreciate it. I don't think your Primogen would be particularly happy with you shacking up with a Nosferatu, and she seems awful good at finding secrets like that. Speaking of, how are things with your new friends?
Oh, they're wonderful. Things are great with them.
Why do I have a feeling that you're painting a turd here?
You know I was never good at painting.
No, you weren't. Neither am I. That's why I sculpt.
Yeah, they're a great group. Except for the ex-Sabbat and the completely suspicious Tremere and the less suspicious Tremere, but he seems to be very fond of telling other people's secrets. And then we have a Ventru who wants to mother me. But not mother me because she says she doesn't want to, but we all know that that's what she's trying to do.
Fucking old school. See, old world fucking kindred. God damn. Thinks they got a wounded bird and they've got to shepherd them. Has the ex-Sabbat given you any problems?
I think I might have given him more problems than he's given me.
That's my girl. Take you out of the war, but I don't think they can take the war out of you, can they?
Not yet. They can't. One person might be able to.
Who's that?
Delilah?
She's dead.
She's not.
Now, how do you know this?
Well, she walked up to me at the meeting tonight and greeted me.
And when you say this, he drops the small clay shaping tool, his little carving tool he'd been holding. He just drops it. She showed up.
You say she showed up as if you knew she wasn't dead.
Oh, she was supposed to be dead. That's what. Why didn't she fight with us if she was alive? How in the fuck did she avoid the war? Now, I'd heard a rumor she might have surfaced. But my contacts in New York are rather unreliable post-war, so we hear all the time. They tried to tell me Zelios resurfaced, and we know better than that. So, but she did survive. And
How
she
long
came
ago did
here
your contacts in New York tell you that she might have surfaced?
last week. Haven't had a chance to come visit you. Let's just say I'm trying to help you.
There are other ways to send messages, right, Martin?
I was hoping to find confirmation before I worried you about this situation. Now, if what you're saying is true, as she's come here, we do have a problem. And to put it frankly, what did she say? And what does she know?
She knows that she didn't sire me. I led her to believe that I knew who my sire was, and it was one of the gangrel attackers.
Smart. Is she going to run her mouth?
She says it would reflect poorly on her if the truth were to come out. I think we're safe for now. And by we, I mean maybe me.
How close do you feel to her? Do you have any loyalty left to her?
Do I have any loyalty left for her willingly? Because I think the answer is going to have to be no.
I'm owed a lot of favors in this town. And I'm owed a lot of favors in other towns. If you think she's a problem, I may have to remove her. This time, permanently.
I don't think removing her is a good idea. Because if she gets removed, where are eyes going to go? They're going to look at me, her child. And eyes need to not be looking at me, because the minute that it comes out that I'm not actually a Toreador is the minute that I die. For real. Forever.
You said it yourself. You told me tonight. We've got a lupine war coming. We may have to have a casualty in the war. Now, of course, I don't want bad blood between us. So if you tell me that's not the way you want me to handle it, I won't. Because for all we've been through together, I owe you that. But you know my feelings on the matter. You're not the only one in danger here. I am too. I can arrange that she becomes one of the first casualties. I've got enough contacts to do it. But I don't want to drive a wedge between us.
I think for now, we need to handle this a different way. I'll play her game. She wants to use me as a pawn. I understand that. I need some skin in the game, though. I need to have some teeth against her. What information can you get me? That at the right time I can hang over her head.
Give me a little bit.
She asks me to do something too bad.
I wasn't preparing for this one, but give me a few weeks. I'll have you some stuff. Like I said, I've got favors. I can dig and find out. And to be honest, if there's nothing we can use, it may take me a few weeks to create things we can use. You know, there's more to the game than what's real or not. Sometimes you can create just the illusion enough to pressure people.
We create our own truths.
Yes, we do. It'd have been better, though, if she had died in the war like we thought.
It's fine. It's just another mother figure that abandoned me.
Do you think she's going to be looking for me next?
She told me to tell you that she says hi.
So she'll be looking. Now, thankfully, there's only 3 kindred in the city I know of who knows about this place. You, Wineka, and Cedric. And she's not going to get shit from any of those three. So I've got time to plan my response to her because I know she's going to have questions.
Yes. She'll have many questions.
Worry about you. You know, if it comes to it, we can move again. There's other places, other cities.
I'm putting down roots.
I know.
I'm setting up my own power.
Well, then we just got to be very careful, don't we?
It's the role of a lifetime.
That it is. And I don't particularly want to give up what I've built. It takes a long time to get the favors I've got. We definitely need to take out some insurance on her. Just in case.
Okay.
If she's going to do what I suspect based on what you said, she's going to try to use you to get information. We can use that if we have to.
Information is what I'm built on.
But as we both know, you feed people the information you want to make them do the things you want.
And I can only be as good as my sources, and if my sources are wrong, there's nothing I can do about that. Right, Martin?
That's true. I'm going to have a talk with Wineka to make sure she can't get anything out of him either. He owes me enough to deny her the information trade from Clan Nosferatu.
Wineka has powerful friends. I'm sure he'll probably be fine.
He will, but if we deny her information from him, she will find it hard to double check what information you give her. And he owes me.
Good. Make sure that he doesn't get hurt in all of this. I actually kind of like him.
That is one cagey Nosferatu. I doubt she could hurt him. She'd be a fool to try it in Tent City. That's an army at his back. Most of the kindred in this city don't realize it. He has not just built his homeless farm. That's an army. And they're all over the city, and most of the time nobody pays attention to them. And they're everywhere. If she were to go up against him, let's just say it'd solve our problem without us being involved.
Maybe I can build the house of cards correctly so that way we can pull one of them and make her own decisions.
We can hope. We're both walking a tightrope now. It's the razor's edge. Yeah, but we've been through worse.
Yeah.
She's not the firebomb type, at least.
Are you sure about that?
Mostly.
When I knew her when I was alive, she didn't seem like it, but...
Mostly. She can't be worse than that one pack that tried to firebomb the Haven when we were in it. Come on.
No, she can't be worse than that.
But we'll make it one way or another. We're survivors. Always have been.
Always will be.
I've recognized that from that first day I met you. With a cat down in the sewer.
It was a long time ago.
It was.
Thank you, Martin.
Take care of yourself. Be safe. You're the daughter I never had.
You're the father I always wanted.
And he turns.
See you soon.
Go ahead.
I'll see you soon.
And he turns and we'll talk. And then he returns back to the room he was in after picking up his clay tool so he can go back to work on what he was working on. Because you know he does his best thinking when he's sculpting.
Destiny's going to see if there's any smaller statues.
Oh, there's all sizes all over the place.
She's going to grab one of the smaller ones.
Okay.
And leave.
Okay. And this is where this intermission will end, with Destiny having spoken to her adoptive sire, whose methodology is a little more brutal, I believe, than Destiny's is. But they have a plan, at least, to move forward. For this intermission,
I'm Mandy, and I play Destiny Star Jones.
I am Lady Merowith, and I'm playing Eleanor Thurston.
I'm Relindare, and I am playing Jacqueline Durand.
and this particular set of scenes would have occurred probably the day after our big Elysium event with the Lupine War. As the Kindred don't meet every night, but I believe Eleanor had a text she wanted to send Destiny. And I will turn it over to the infamous text to find out what she sends.
Yes. Eleanor texts Destiny and says, "Hi, Destiny," smiley face. "Could you come by the steakhouse to talk? It's important. Please. Thank you," smiley face.
Destiny responds, "Okay."
Eleanor responds, thumbs up emoji. Heart emoji.
And is there any special precautions Destiny's taking before coming to the steakhouse, or is she just... Does she bring Hyde with her? Does she... Anything else she does before she goes to the steakhouse? That's the question.
She brings Hyde and her knives, just in case.
Okay. And when you arrive at the steakhouse, you find Eleanor and Jackie are already there. And I turn the scene over to the players.
Hi, Destiny.
Hi.
Thank you for
Eleanor.
coming.
Hi, Destiny.
You're welcome. Hi, Jackie.
You want to sit down?
Didn't do anything to that wolf.
No.
No, we know that.
No. This isn't about that.
What's it about then?
It's about your sire.
You lied to us.
Lied about what?
Don't play coy.
Okay. What do you think I lied about?
Either it's not a good thing she's around, or she's not your sire. So which is it, Destiny?
I was raised for 10 years by a surrogate sire.
I'm going to do lie detection on her.
Go ahead. You will roll. Now, remember, what she said is truthful, but there's a possibility of omission. It's going to be tough.
Mm-hmm.
You will roll resolve and insight against Destiny's composure and subterfuge. And yes, you can use your specialty, Destiny, before you ask.
That's fine. And I will...
See if Jackie has a specialty on that.
Not for that one.
No.
Mine's ambitions. I got 3. It's not going to be good enough because she's too good at this.
It's a tie. Unless
She rolls willpower.
Unless she rolls willpower.
I'm willpowering.
Okay, 3 dice for willpower on it.
Why is this not letting me? Grr.
Just roll 3
Fantasy
dice.
grounds.
Then.
How do I? It's the bottom right or bottom left, right?
You can right click the die
Yeah.
at the bottom and go to 3.
Oh, okay.
And then throw them up there. There you go. 4. So you beat her. So, what she's saying is truth.
Hang on,
Imagine how you would feel if just out of the blue, completely from nowhere, you find out that Mommy Dearest is back and alive and came to find you. Wait, no, she didn't. It's great news that she's alive.
What do you mean, no, she didn't?
She didn't come and find me. She comes to find me when? 10 years after the fact?
Did she explain herself?
No. Why would she? She has no loyalty to me. She abandoned me.
She embraced you?
Of course.
Detect lies.
Same.
What do you want me to roll for that, storyteller?
It's
Same as the
resolve
others.
insight.
It would be resolve insight.
Resolve insight. Thank you. Appreciate it.
There's going to be a lot of rolling here, I think.
And I do have a specialty for detect lies.
Okay. Dice going every which way. Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to willpower.
Jackie ended up with 7.
With a crit.
That is a total of 5.
And against Destiny, who did not get any extras, 2. Busted on this one.
Care to try again with the truth? We cannot build a solid foundation of a coterie that has each other's backs and can trust each other to have each other's backs with deceit.
That night was a little bit of a blur. There was fighting. I broke a vase over a gangrel's head. Made some enemies. I got embraced. She was supposed to embrace me. Do you see the earrings that I wear, that I have always worn? She gave them to me.
Do you see the brooch that I wear? Sometimes shit happens. I am sorry you had a traumatic experience. I'm
No,
sorry you have had a series of traumatic experiences. I am sorry that you have been abandoned by every woman you've ever gotten close to. I can't protect you if you don't let me in enough to know what I need to protect you from.
She's not my sire. She's going to use me.
She's going to blackmail
I'm going
you.
to use her first.
Good. So let's focus on how we can accomplish that.
I'm working on it. Do you have a way to work on it? Because
You will have far more connections since she's from New York, yes?
yes.
You will have far more connections through Martin and others who have connections to that city. I am not well connected to New York. I have connections on a higher level.
Okay.
I can definitely help cause problems for her.
At this point, problems isn't what I want to cause for her. We have bigger things at hand, and if she thinks that she's using me, then maybe I can benefit everyone.
Absolutely. But if she thinks she can hold her siring you over your head against us, you need to make sure the entire coterie knows she is not your sire. Because she will do that. That's standard Toreador tactic. She will try to isolate you, she will try to make you vulnerable, and then she will rip you apart.
Can you imagine how smug fucking Lamar is going to be when he finds out that I got embraced, but it wasn't
him.
by Delilah. It was in the middle of a battle in the middle of New York.
Fuck him.
Probably Sabat, right? Right. He's going
Or
to
not. Who the fuck cares at this point? It's not her. Destiny, I don't give a flying fuck what your clan is.
Good.
You are in a coterie with me. I am not your mother. I don't want to be your mother. We are a fucking team. I want to be able to
Until
depend.
We're not anymore, right? Until they let you free and let you go and you can leave the coterie. It's the way these things work.
Eventually. But sometimes the bonds made in a coterie are long-lasting.
Sometimes.
And the best way to do that is to form a strong coterie that can rely on each other. There are so few we can trust.
I should have told you sooner. But why would I?
I know.
Delilah was dead.
I know. We will hold up the charade. We will back you on this. We will not out you for anything. It would serve no benefit to us. It would make us look weak. It would leave us open to those who are jealous of the fact we hold domain in a city that so few hold domain in. If you think I don't know how to maintain a fake identity, you'd be sorely mistaken. I'm not even Jackie Durand.
Of course not.
Thank you for telling us, even if we sort of had to have a row first. Because we can help you.
I don't want to tell the boys yet.
It needs to happen soon. The sooner, the better. I understand you need time to deal with it. If you want us there when you do, I will ensure Lamar shuts up very quickly.
Okay.
He of all of us should understand sometimes you need to do what you must.
I'm sure he does understand that. Doesn't mean he's not going to lord it over me.
Of course.
I asked Martin to get me some dirt.
Good. As I said, your
Have it. I'll let you know.
Good. Because I do have some connections that can help when you are ready On your word, of course, this is your operation. I am not taking point on this, but I can be of assistance.
What do you want to do to her?
Oh, I can make sure that wherever she is has utility problems. That's awful inconvenient. I can make sure that basically rumors about her spread like wildfire. I'm connected, darling.
Okay. Different kind of warfare.
It is. It is. Oh, don't think because I've never been in an actual battle that I haven't been fighting my entire unlife.
Do you want to go shopping?
I would fucking love to go shopping.
Yes.
I need to
I feel
get...
like I need something flashy for when I go see Delilah next.
That's perfect. Let's find you something to just take her... Well, she doesn't have breath, but figuratively take her breath away.
And I believe this is where this scene is going to end, actually, with Jackie and Eleanor and Destiny going to go shopping together, having come to somewhat of an arrangement. Thank you. And that concludes this particular intermission scene.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
For this intermission, I'll be playing Tariq Lawson.
I'm Gavin, and I play Masquerade of Clan La Sombra.
And the events of this one will, of course, happen within a day or two of the Lupine War being announced at the Elysium. And I will let Lamar describe where he's meeting Tariq.
A couple of nights after the initiation of hostilities, so to speak, Lamar's going to get up, get dressed, and then he's headed to a little bar called Ace in the Hole over on the south side, where he's been doing a lot of work trying to establish himself among the gangs and the ne'er-do-wells. And he knows that Tariq is supposed to meet him there around early evening, 9 o'clock. So he's going to head in. He is carrying his gun and his knife inside of his jacket. And he will go ahead and take a seat at a table near the window, knowing that his grandson, who's in college, is, he's also told him he needs to focus on, he definitely needs to make sure he's still pulling good grades so that no one in the family has cause to look at what else he's doing. So he's patient. He can wait.
And this particular bar, of course, not being in the best part of town, it's dimly lit. It's a place where a number of people know you can talk business with not many others wanting to interfere, because these are the kind of places where it's best not to know. And it's not long after you get there when you see him kind of wander in the front door of the bar, and he looks around looking for you before he spots you over by the window. And he slides into the booth across from you. How you doing, boss?
I'm good. How are things going?
Mixed. I mean, we've made some advances, but running into some problems.
Okay, when you say problems, I need you to define that for me, because right now there's some problems that could possibly crop up on my side, but I can handle those. I need to know what you're dealing with before I leave this, in your capable hands. You are still capable, aren't you, Tariq?
I hope so. I can't pin down any one thing. Everything's going great for a while, but then one of our contacts with the gangs just disappears on us. Another one that we're working, the gang leader just goes away, and the new guy in charge acts like he doesn't know anything about what we're doing. And others are stonewalling us on making, on tying things together or, taking our money and then giving us lip service. But it's a change. It wasn't doing this. I mean, not even a week or two ago, everything was smooth sailing. And then just all of a sudden, it's a bunch of little things, but I can't pin down any one area. And it's different gangs. If it was one, maybe, but it's all of them.
All of them. And have all of the gangs had changes in leadership in this recent week?
Some it's just our contact man, the one that our go-betweens, the middlemen. Some they're disappearing, or it's the one that the guy with the rep that we're using to get us an in. They're disappearing. I can't make heads or tail of it. There's too many different gangs for it just to be normal gangland attrition. It's too many.
Yeah. When was the last time you spoke to someone? Who was the last one you spoke to?
That'd be B down of the south side, Crips. He gone. Poof.
All right. When's the next meeting you got? Any of them still willing to talk to you right now?
I mean, they're willing to talk, but it's setting us back every time we go there. Because it's almost starting over. Every time we get somewhere, it seems whoever we're getting somewhere with, suddenly he's not in charge, or he disappears, or, just giving us a runaround.
All right. Then I'll come to the next meeting with you. Because this is starting to sound, like you said, you said it just started happening.
About a week or two ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this sounds like someone's getting in the way somewhere. They're getting in the way. We need to move them out of the way.
Yeah.
Remember what I told you. Never let anyone get in the way of your future.
I mean, I understand that, but it's hard to make sense that this many at once. We had a lot of work put in. We had some good groundwork laid. We had all the contacts in place, and then, I mean, I don't see any money flowing in from that's the first thing I look for is outside money coming in and pushing it. But I don't see that. I don't see any shift up of the drug trade.
That means we rattle a cage somewhere. Someone's trying to move against us. I don't know who, because to be able to affect that many different groups, there's only a couple of people I'm aware of that have that kind of power. If they can do that, we're going to be in for a long haul here. But you tell the corner boys and you tell everyone else, stay the course.
Yeah.
We are going to make this work.
I'm hesitant to bring this up, but I try to bring you everything I got. We lost one of our corner pushers, Mickey. He got hit in a drive-by. Now, normally, I mean, that's just cost of doing business. But whoever did it used a Thompson 45 M3, the Tommy gun.
Huh. How long ago was that?
That was 2 days ago. That's why I haven't gotten it to you yet, because it just happened. But, I mean, who the fuck shoots Tommy guns?
They used to be more in a long time ago. Long time ago. Back before you were, back in your grandmother's day.
Now, I don't like the sound of that, boss.
You shouldn't, because that definitely means that this is probably an issue on my side that I'm going to have to deal with. So you just keep our guys motivated and moving. I'm going to look into this myself, see what I can find out, and see if I can get whoever it is to back off. Or if not, then I'll move them myself.
Okay. Well, I'll keep an ear out in case I hear anything else then. You said you got something that going on that we should worry about?
The kind of business that I'm in, there are some very special enemies one can make, and let's just say the people that I'm working with, we're gonna be under the gun a little bit for a while, and I'm trying not to tell you too much because it requires a lot of explanation that is going to require you to think in different ways.
Hey, I you only tell me what I need to know. That's how this works. That's for my protection.
Yeah.
Can't testify if I don't know.
Yeah, just, you see any groups of thugs, like, any groups of thugs come around and, they really want to fight with you. They really want to pick a fight with you. Defend, get out, do not stand and engage.
Some of our boys ain't gonna like that. But, I mean, if that's what's coming from you, I'll tell them. And, I mean, I'll tell them they can either do it or they can take it up with you personally. And we know how they feel about that.
Yeah, have them talk to me personally if there are any problems. I'm more than happy to explain things very clearly.
Yeah, they don't like your explanations.
No. I don't like having to explain something more than once. Like I told you once, so if you kill them, they don't learn anything. But sometimes you have to kill someone so everybody else learns something.
I mean, is there something we should be on? I mean, other than just different groups coming in our stuff, anything we should worry about? Anything in particular we got to keep an eye out for?
If you hear about anything else about those guys rocking those Tommy guns, you see anybody dressed like like a gangster from, I don't know, the 20s or 30s.
What was that
Some
movie?
of these guys get
Johnny Dangerously. You remember that flick back in the day? It had Mr. Batman. Batman was in it.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I know the one you're talking about. Yeah, anyone coming around looking like they want to join the the trench coat mafia, the Italians. Anybody looking like they're an overly aggressive Italian, definitely let me know about those people.
Damn, we haven't had any Italians for a couple years. Problem with them, they kind of fell off the map after all that weird shit went down in the city where the mayor got blown up, and I mean all that. After that weird shit went down, we didn't see many Italians after that. You think they're coming back?
I don't think a lot of them ever left. I mean, they got a lot of stool pigeons, people turn them in, but the real made men, those guys, they will not let it go. I mean, their time is over, but they want to hold on to it. We're not going to let them do that.
Yeah. Okay. I'll make sure that I'll put the word out on the street. I'll make sure all our guys know, all our runners and everybody, so that they can pass the word up and down. But
all right, good. If anything comes up, we can set up a meeting for another couple of nights from now. It'll be hard to reach me by phone, so.
You're always hard to reach by phone.
Yeah. If you get random letter, if you get text a random letter from me, assume that's a meeting.
Yep. That's not a problem. We got
random letter, random symbol, whatever.
You can always pass it through the other channels. We got a couple ways we can do it. Of course, just let me know. But man, it's weird, and I'm getting frustrated, and I don't want to let you down because, you've done a good thing helping me out and getting me getting the college thing sorted out. But I don't,
just take a deep breath. Don't make any decisions based on emotion. Stay cool. Stay alive.
I try, but it's hard when somebody's fucking around in our shit, man. It's too much.
Oh no, believe me, I was where you were once, and I had to learn what I'm telling you the hard way. I'm giving you the benefit of my experience.
Okay, boss, I'll take care of it. I'll let you know and pass the word if we get anything else. But I'm just getting this bad feeling we're going to have to run through and crack heads again just to get our point across here soon.
And if we've got to, we'll do it. We'll make it, we'll make it loud enough that people get the message without making it overly messy. We don't want messy.
Yeah, we need more of the 5-0 down in here and poking around in our shit. That's for sure. I mean, the money's helped. We've managed the few that like to poke around, they like our money more than they like locking us up. So,
yeah, we want to keep it that way.
Yeah. But, okay, well, I'll keep an eye out. If, you got anything else for me, or you want me to?
No, you can go ahead and go. I'll go ahead and start looking into this myself, and I'll let you know what I find.
Okay, gotcha, boss. I hit
Have a good
you
night.
up later. And he goes out the bar and goes back the way he came.
Lamar sits there for a moment, thinking it over. Then he's trying to decide how to best explore those rumors, because that Tommy gun is really it's a really weird detail, and he didn't think there were any mobster cosplayers. He learned what those were. He didn't think that there were any Italians really working that way anymore. So is there anyone? I mean, actually, wait. He's got a contact. I believe he's got other contacts. I believe he can reach out to kind of see. Maybe see if he can gather some more information in that regard.
There's one in particular that has operated in and around Chicago long enough, but I don't know if you want to work with him yet or want to bring him into it, which is your Mala.
Yes, indeed. And gonna have to talk to him anyway. I mean, he said he was going to do something. The something that he did was not the thing that I predicted. So
you arrange a meeting for him?
Yes.
Next night. For some reason, he seems awful quick to arrange the meeting this time. And it's in a different street, different, back end road.
And Lamar's going to drive out there. He's going to drive out there as quickly as possible, make sure he's not followed. And he will go and meet with Tally.
When you get there, Tally's already there waiting. He's sitting on the hood of a black Lincoln.
Lamar gets out.
Temple Arcade. How you doing, old boy?
Good. A little surprised. You did say that something big. You're working on something, and we got wind of it a couple nights ago. Kevin Jackson called everybody together and said that he found a wolf pelt tacked on to hit the door of one of his businesses. And there are people looking at me like I know something, and I don't.
I can tell you, I don't know what you're talking about.
That we are a very unknowledgeable group here.
Yes, I don't have a word you're talking about. And you can say with complete honesty, you haven't heard anything from me about that because I haven't done anything. And if that nosy venture that you've been stuck with has anything to question about it, wasn't me.
Well, I mean, she doesn't even, as far as I know, she doesn't even know you're here. It's not even come from me that you're involved in the equation.
Now, I have heard a rumor though
about her,
about an anarch who had an axe to grind.
Yeah.
It goes by the name Boomer. He was taken, if you believe it, by the Second Inquisition for a while. I've heard he had a run-in with a lupine, and he might have been involved.
Boomer. Okay. I'm going to use that. Maybe give some people a alternate bone to chew on. Because, yeah, between my coterie and Alexa Santos, that woman, something deeply wrong with her. Aside from the fact that she's her. Yeah, she's they're out here. They're looking to crack heads in the near future. It seems, especially with this whole lupine thing.
The way she acts, I'm surprised she's wasn't on our side. She'd have been much better as one of our packs than she is as a Camarilla flunky, I can tell you.
She's got a silver whip. I don't even know how. I didn't think that was something you could do, but apparently it is. But there is something else I wanted to run over with you.
Well, what you got, old boy?
Been working on a little project on the south side, bring a little bit more control over the domain, that area to myself.
I've followed it. You're doing pretty well on that.
Yeah, except someone's getting in my way now, and one of my corner boys was taken out with a guy by a guy with a Tommy gun. And last I checked, the Italian mob. Well, I know they're not gone, but I thought they stopped using those a while back. I mean, AR-15s and all the new stuff. I thought that was more bang for the buck. So someone
did, but Tommy gun.
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't. They fucked
They didn't
up.
what? Oh, so you haven't let me in on the joke here, because I'm trying to figure out
How much
why
history do
someone's
you know?
Well, I was born here, and I know that Capone and a bunch of other those idiots.
Did you know Capone was kindred?
You're shitting me. Al Capone was a gangster known at least nationwide, if not, region-wide here, nationwide by now. Who would be dumb enough to breach the Masquerade like that? Was we do that, or get the fuck out of here, Loden?
Now, my understanding was when Loden fell, someone used it as a time to remove a Masquerade breach that had been long overdue being removed. But apparently they must have fucked up, because that is one of his trademarks. His boys still use Tommy guns. He likes the sound of them.
If Al Capone was still walking around right now and someone saw him, that would blow the Masquerade wide open. I mean, I figure Kevin Jackson wouldn't be that cosmically stupid to let something like that ride.
I'm not sure anymore. There's not as many people know the history. Not as many people recognize the face as they used to. 20 years ago, 30 years ago, sure. Now, he might be able to hide it in the right locations. Now, of course, he'd have to stay out of Little
cameras.
Because if he goes to Little Italy, they'd all know him. But he supposedly died.
But in Little Italy, they also probably wouldn't turn on a folk hero like that.
If he's back in Little Italy, they ain't turning on him at all.
Right. Yeah, because I don't know if it's him, but someone
it could be
is
Frank.
getting...
It could be... Hell, I wonder if Killian came back in town. It was... You got Capone. His kid was Frank, is one of his children, but Frank embraced an MMA promoter not long, ago. Well, at least I think it was, he may have been embraced longer than that, but I came to my attention not long ago, a guy named Killian, fixed fights for the mob, of course.
Okay.
You'd be amazed how well Aventro, for all of their high and mighty stuff, how good they are at fixing fights if they choose to. But last I heard, he was sent down to Atlanta.
All right.
What?
See, I mean that puts me in a unique position here, because, I mean, look, if this is Capone or someone connected to him, going against that person is going to draw the attention of the Ventrue, which would draw Kevin Jackson's attention. And the last thing I need is Kevin Jackson focusing on myself or my coterie personally.
Unless, if you can find out he's alive, Jackson may be a bit pleased to find out one they thought they killed came out of it, because that was actually something Jackson and the Primogen Council arranged. It was a requirement of support for Jackson's rise to
power. Yeah. So, any idea who was supposed to be in charge of that, or?
I don't know who was in charge of that one, but considering he was sheriff for a while and Scourge for a while and a little bit of a bully boy for Loden, Damien might have had a hand in it.
Okay.
Alexis might have. Alexa. She's the kind who would enjoy that fight.
All right.
Boy, You just never cease to drop knowledge on me. It's
Well, I'm glad you had the piece of the puzzle that I was missing, because I was not expecting possibly Al Capone.
I wasn't either. I thought he was dead. And if he's managed to fool even me, if he's alive, he's or still kicking, he's hidden pretty well right now. But if you think he's muscling in, it's his MO. He likes the old guns. That could be a problem. But if you can find out for sure, let's just say I'm sure Kevin Jackson wouldn't punish you for it.
Then I think I'll go ahead and look into that, because I want Capone off the board. Not just because he's in my way, but he is, but would help to get my name, up there as someone who gets shit done, and I get shit done.
Yeah,
So
that's the way to make sure you're in the proper place, so we can take our seat where it belongs in this city.
yeah, and as long as this lupine thing, I don't know how long it's going to take for it to kick off, but hopefully they will find it in themselves to just hit anybody else but me and mine and us for right now.
Well, if a war starts, it's a question of who they know about, and I'm pretty sure they're going to go after. I'll put it this way: based on the last war, I would avoid the Succubus Club even more than you already do.
Oh, well, if I was looking for a reason not to go, on top of all the other reasons I have not to go, that would have sealed it right there.
The reason the Succubus Club was closed for so long was the Lupine raided it.
It never ceases to amaze me. It's like these people give their enemies chance after chance after chance to kill them, no matter how many times they try and fail. It's like, well, it's like they just march right back into that place and, with a giant sign that says try to kill us, we enjoy it.
The owner of that particular club, she's not known for letting go what she thinks is hers.
No, I guess not.
And they did succeed in burning it down, but it cost them.
Speaking of which, what do you know about the Church of Cain?
We have a number of brothers who have embraced that particular church. That's kind of a thing we have.
I ran into a couple of members of the Bahari, and one of them is the Painted Lady, owns that tattoo shop that's invite only.
The invite that I've heard they can actually tattoo us.
Yeah, and she gave me the stink eye.
Well,
because
she would.
She gave me the stink eye, of course. Got out of that with.
Let's just say, Church of Cain and the Bahari don't get along well. You might call them opposite sides of a coin.
I would like to maybe get in touch with one of our brothers.
Not many left around here. That was one of the things I was first sent to do, but I will see what I can find and see if I can find some info on that. I'm sure there's someone around here that knows something.
All right. That would be appreciated. I'd like to get the other side of the story, so to speak. And because I do see I have a second idea kind of formulating that maybe could bring some new converts that way if they're interested.
All right.
But yeah.
I think I can find one. I have to double check. I don't know if he was a believer or involved, but there may be one. I'll let you know.
And going off of that, it'd be a good idea to stay away from the cemetery, and he'll tell them the name of the cemetery that they were summoned to.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be a good idea to stay away from there because we ran into something out that way that
Wait a minute, old boy. You're not exactly convincing me not to go out there. It sounds like my kind of fun.
I know, and usually I bet it is, but whatever this thing was, we didn't even get a name from it. We just got the basic idea that had it wanted to ash us all right then and there, it would have, and gone on its merry night without having broken a blood sweat.
See, you're that sounds like a bit of fun, but I'm busy with other things anyway, so I will take
Maybe
your
put that
word
at
on
like put it at the absolute bottom of the list, and if you find anything that could go at the bottom of the list, put that above doing that.
Maybe I'll send one of my boys over there.
Send anyone you want, just don't send anyone you want back.
Well, kind or expendable anyway.
But yeah, this, whoever was had everybody a little out of sorts afterwards.
Oh,
and
even you, after what you've gone through over time?
This was Helena level worrisome. And like I said, I know this is not convincing you not to do it. I'm just saying, for my sake and for Miss Van Burris's, just play it a little closer to the chest. I'm certain that she doesn't want to wake up some night and realize that she's not going to hear from you again, because then she's gonna call me, and then I'm going to know things that I don't need to know.
Yeah,
So-
we're trying to keep you plausible deniability, old boy. I hate keeping you in the dark, but there's certain things that it's best not to know.
Oh yeah, I believe you.
You're not exactly the one we used for subtlety. That's Sierra's
No.
job.
No, and I mean, I'm trying to work on that whole subtlety thing because I'm real sick of people telling me I'm easy to read. But
Sure, old
also,
boy, but it's okay.
and I kind of like it, because then when I pull something they don't expect, I want to see the look on their faces. But for right now, I'm okay with working that way. I just
Yeah.
kind of want to let you know what I'm seeing around the city, for in case it factors in any of your plans that I don't know about and don't want to know about, for that whole plausible deniability thing.
Well, let me know if just how the lupine react. I'm curious. Again, I had nothing to do with it, but I am curious because I still would enjoy a good hunt night, and knowing where they're at might help that come to be.
Well, if she gets out of it, Sylvia Rowanhorse might be able to help you. She's got an office at the Chicago Tribune, but apparently her brother's one of them.
Sierra mentioned something about them taking her.
Yeah, I mean, we may not see her again after this, but if we do,
Let me know if she surfaces. I'll have Sierra look into that too.
all right.
Okay, well, that's that. I like that. Good info there. I'm gonna see. I knew I picked you for a reason. I'm gonna look into the Capone thing myself. Well, not me, but I'm gonna have some of my people, my agents, check out this thing. I don't know if I can get anybody anywhere in Little Italy.
Yeah, if there's anything that they can, help me with, or I'm glad to, do that whole favor trading thing that's so popular around here.
Well,
Trade favors like baseball cards, like.
old boy, that's what we've signed up for. Well, you've signed up for. I have still not decided.
I say you're still, weighing the options, and I get that.
I'm still weighing how fun it'll be for them to try to sacrifice me.
You think anybody would be crazy enough to try that, though?
Oh,
I
yes.
mean,
Oh, come on. People have tried for years. That's what makes it fun. That's what makes it a challenge.
I do hope I reach that stage of existence where I see those sort of things as the challenges you see them as, and not as a, as an insult to my personal.
What else
honor
is there
and
to
freedom.
do after a few centuries? The insult would be if they quit trying.
I
That-
can see that too. I can
That
see
would
that
tell
too.
them that apparently I'm not worth it anymore.
And I endeavor to be worth it someday.
We'll see. You should be. But right now, that's not what we're aiming for.
All right, well, then I'll leave you to your evening, and I'll go ahead and get back to work on a few other things and figuring out how best to keep our little slice of the city as under the radar as possible.
Sounds
Since
like a
no one
good
else
plan.
seems to care about that sort of thing.
And then he gets more formal again. And good evening, Templar Arcade.
Good evening, Templar.
And he gets in his vehicle and it just drives off. And this is where we will end this intermission. I hope you enjoyed tonight's intermissions. Please remember, if you like what we're doing, of course, pop onto our Discord, and join the community, of course. You can pop over to our YouTube, watch our back content, watch our episodes. You can even pop over and look at our friends over here in chat. We have a whole list of friends that put on great content, great streams. You should go take them out and watch them. Next week, Sunday, on the 21st of February, 5 p.m. Eastern, Windy City Season 2 begins. Hope everyone's ready for that. Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, we have Tamshu streaming over on the Onyx Paths Twitch channel with his stuffed Hunter the Vigil 2E game. You should go check that out. On Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, we have Haunted Chronicles. It's back for a Chronicles of Darkness game. You should check that one out. It's some pretty dark stuff. Wednesday, of course, we are returning to episode 4 of season 2 of Wraith, Life Derailed. You don't want to miss that out. That's going to be some great stuff. And then, of course, this week, Ishvel is taking a break, so we won't have any Ishvel this week. And, of course, that all leads up to the premiere, season 2. So I hope everyone enjoyed the intermissions and it gave you a little peek as to what's to come. And thank you, and good night.